Hello everybody, Saturday stream as usual, and we got the Engage event going on. As usual, just gonna start looking at what we have for the supply counter real quick. There is a boosted supply drop for which is the exact name, the Engage Zero booster type. And yeah, you can do a first half off spin. I didn't do it, I did the normal spin, because I was hoping I'd have a better chance with it, and my half off spins honestly haven't been that good, so I decided to avoid that one. There's also a limited supply drop available for the Woundwort with a new level 2 variant. I have the Engage Zero booster type normal banner. For the DP store, we have the Stark Jagan, Swordsome Gallus, and Zaku Diver. So if you missed a chance to get the Zaku Diver through any of the events and things like that, you can get it in the DP store. For weapons, we also have the High Output Beam Bazooka for the DeWas Custom, and some Vizel weapons. And then for the Recycle Ticket store today, we got the Zio Shiki in here. Garazulu Angelo is in here, that'd be a very nice suit to have. And it looks like there's actually some pretty decent picks. Hayaku Shiki is in here. The Nero is in here, and that got buffed recently, so that might be one worth picking up. And as we go to the bottom here, a lot of the standard suits that you see down here. So let's look at the weapons. Weapons, kind of a similar scenario. I would say doesn't seem like there's too much. Yeah, nothing too much like too special here. Looks a lot of the normal stuff. So, but if you're looking for any weapons for your suits that you can't get through DP, that might be a good chance to get some of these. Custom parts, so there's actually a pretty good selection here. I don't know if I still have any custom parts I have yet to get, anything that's not banner exclusive at least. Yeah, looks like it's again, just all the typical selection. There's actually a lot of parts in here. And nothing new for clothing, markings, or patterns. I wish they would add some more clothing, because I know there is stuff in here that I don't think has been added, so would be nice to finally get those. I believe there's a black TriStar pilot suit, but yeah, have yet to see any way of obtaining that. So let's see what we have here. We have rating matches at 400, 500, and 550. And for the quick matches, we have 450 space, 700 ground, 300 duel, and the unrestricted situation battle. I would try a duel match. Let's try to see if I can start with a duel match. Not sure if we'll be able to get into one, as duel matches tend to be a bit iffy, but we'll see. Switch to a 300 general. Might go standard with the Goof VD. Oh, so I may have been actually able to find a room. Actually, yeah, I did find some people, so that's a pretty good sign. So yeah, just looking for one more person now. So surprisingly, yeah, surprisingly a lot easier to find than I thought it would be. There's just a matter of if one more person will join. Oh, there we go. Looks like we have everyone we need.
Team is set. Make your final preparations.
Yeah, I might just stick with the VD here. I think it's a pretty safe bet. Haven't played Duel in a while, so I want to kind of play it safe here.
Heading to the battlefield.
Oh, so this actually is in Gato colors as well, so that's very nice. Might have to talk about that later, because it is something that was brought up, but I don't think it's started yet, was the the next situation battle is supposed to be a UC Engage one based off the Nightmare of Solomon event, so that's going to be our first space-themed one. Can't miss that. Those both miss. Oh, I think I got caught in the rock. Teammates coming to help. Oh, that's fast. Oh, and that's just me here. Which is not very good. Yeah, I'm not gonna last too long there. Sure, there's a colony back there. Did I jump on somebody? Oh no. Okay, that's one. Low on health, so I'm going to try it again, finish him off with the arm gun. There we go. Quickly try to see if I can help my teammate here. Okay, so that's them again. Oh, my wire didn't hit. That downswing did not register. What the heck? My hit's not registering on them? No, there we go. Now they're going. That's weird. Hello, Apollo. Okay, we got one of them, so if we just focus on the goof, we should be able to win this. I just gotta find out where my team is. Okay, so that's them. Oh. Okay, that's not good. Oh no, no. Go. Get up. Yeah! Still waiting for the perfectibility, going to accumulate some tokens before the anniversary. Yeah, it might be some time before we get the perfectibility. Probably during anniversary, I would assume. If they don't have, like, anything else they want to add. But the perfectibility probably seems like a pretty solid pick. It'll probably be enough time, too. I feel like it wouldn't be that... it wouldn't be that weird to add. Alright, so that one duel match out of the way. Where can we go? I guess we can do rating. I was trying to do 500, because that's where the booster engage is. So I'll try to play a few costs in that range there. Try not to do too many matches though, because I think I did a lot of 500 last stream. So don't want to leave it like staying here too much. I'm gonna go Vic DS.
Team is set. Make your final preparations.
The Z and the Penelope are likely for anniversary, even though people want the full armor and the perfectibility unicorn. It's on data mining, though. Oh, it cuts off there. I gotta pull it up. Though the freedom was not a leak either. I don't know if they're going to dive into Halfway's Flash yet. That's really just going to depend if they want to start introducing suits into, like, from that series. so it's very dependent on that. I'm betting they'll add the Freedom to console as an anniversary suit, or when Seed Freedom comes to the US, or the current survey would change that. Would change. I'm not sure if they're gonna add it to console, only because it seems like there's a lot of pushback towards it. Like the console, I believe the console version should stay UC. The Nether's already in data mining. Oh yeah, it is in there. There's like 3 versions of it that were in there, I think. So, they definitely could go halfway if they wanted to. But for the Freedom, like I said, I don't know if they should add AU suits to console. It doesn't seem like it would be the thing if they did. Maybe the bosses, since they're big, unless they stick with the novel designs. They could always do that, like if there's like shorter versions of them, they could always just do that and make it like make sense. Because I feel like the Nightingale in this game is kind of short. It doesn't seem like a Nightingale is as big as it's portrayed to be. So, well, they could always change it. Why didn't you go this way? I mean, I guess they were probably trying to cut off the raid, but I was already over here. Are they even over here? Yeah, they probably already fell back. It looks like the enemy's all over here, so... Not as wide as Nightingale, but not as tall as Nasala. Even in the base camp too, like when those suits dropped and they had the Nightingale and the High-Nu in the base camp, the Nightingale looked really small, like just in comparison. So I'm assuming they may have scaled that suit a bit, just so it wasn't too big. Nope, gonna get the tackle. Nightingale was not the original novel design, not as wide, but in gameplay, still ginormous. Yeah, this game is big, but like I said, I don't think it's as big as it's supposed to be. Because I feel like when I look at like the model kit, because I know they made the 1/144th scale, like, ooh, man, choked up on my words there. They made the high grade. It looks like it's like decent size. Just the suit itself looks decent size, so I'm assuming it's supposed to be really big. Oh, where's our team going right now? But yeah, I mean, if they can do the Z and Penelope, like they might be able to just, they might just have to scale them a bit, like just kind of mess with the proportions. Which wouldn't be, I feel like, too weird. UC players are hypocrites. They complain about Freedom being OP, but the Banshee Norn is made into a vampire MS that's mad. That's made unicorn. Well, I don't know. Well, the thing about that is, I don't even think it's really an issue of the Freedom being OP. It's just the fact that Gundam Battle Operation 2 is promoted and as a UC-centered game. That's the whole aesthetic and charm to it. So I think it's just the issue of, like, when they start introducing, like, those types of suits, especially when it comes to, like, how they're going to function in-game. Like, I feel like it'd kind of be, like, it'd be, like, it's, I get if they want to do it as, like, a crossover type of deal, but at least, like, the suits we've gotten from, like the fighting games and SD games, they're all still UC-based. So it's not, like, that weird. But just having the Freedom Gundam running around is a bit of a strange thing. So Seed would work, especially the UC suits that appear in Seed Destiny. But I think it's just the overall, it's still, that doesn't change the fact that Seed is still an alternative universe. Which is not what people are playing GBO2 for, at least on the console side. It seems PC, from like what I've heard about the survey, PC seems a bit more accepting of the idea, but console I don't think that's necessarily the same case. There seems to be a bit more pushback on the console side of things. And like I said, me personally, I don't think they should introduce AU suits. Because I feel like they have a lot of UC stuff they can still go through, so it's not like they're out of the UC suits they can do. And it's just the fact that this game is promoted as UC, so they would have to change that if they started really wanting to go into AU stuff.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Freaking Pixie.
Long-range communications established.
I can understand trying out AU mobile suits in the game, but it's best to keep it UC. As that's what the game is. Yeah, exactly. Like, the game is UC based. You can't spin it any other way. That's literally how they promote it on the website. They say it is a UC based game. So, yeah. Like, I just feel like at that point, like, there's nothing else to say. It is what it is. Someone aiming at me, or is that my teammate? No, I guess enemy. I don't know if I got the Pixie, though. The Pixie strikes again. It's always the Pixies. Are they still down here? No, what? Heck? Oh, wait, no, somebody got disconnected. They were attacking our teammate. Okay. They could build a new GBO2 type game and make it AU. Yeah, like, they could do that. Maybe not, because I know Aqua Vengeance brought this up in his stream yesterday, because he was doing the stream for the Freedom Gundam. They need to not make it like the next game. They need to make it like an actual Battle Operation 2 style game. A lot of PS players have already committed to UC over the years. The PC port has more fresher player base, so likely more accepting of it. Well, that's probably, yeah, like that, but that brings up another thing too, like it just feels like them adding the Freedom Gundam was a way to try to boost the PC version. Because the PC version was not doing well. So that's like another thing I've always kind of thought about with it. Like there's the actual reasons they could have added the Freedom Gundam, that being they wanted to experiment, and then like there's the reason of just, oh, well they were trying to save the PC port and maybe get any money they could out of it. So in a way, for lack of a better term, in a way it almost seems like it isn't genuine. Like it's not really meant to be a genuine edition, it's just, okay, we need to make money. Which is why I'm so mixed on it being added to console. It just doesn't seem like it's a genuine edition. GBO did hold more players compared to EVO. That's another thing I actually thought about too. If Evolution continued, that game probably would have gotten the Freedom Gundam over this. Like if like Evolution was a success. So that might be why they had to fall back on adding it to GBO2 instead. Sounds more like a PC mod than an actual edition. Yeah. Isn't G-Reco in Turn A after UC? I want to say Turn A might be its own thing. It has, like, I know it has the suits that are Zaku's but are not called Zaku's, but I don't believe that one is part of UC. I might be wrong on that one. And as for G-Reco, I'm not entirely sure.
preparations for sortie. Alright, be careful out there.
Commence preparations for sortie.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, well, like what you said, Goof. Like, if you told me that the Freedom Gundam was a PC mod, and you didn't show me any of the banner stuff, I probably would believe. Lots of people just want popular suits compared to the obscure stuff. PC was making bank during the High New and Nightingale week. How are you liking the Engage Zero, by the way? I do really like it. Like, we're referring to the General, I assume. I really like it. I was a bit rusty with it at first, but as I started playing it more and more, I got better with it, and it's a really fun suit.
Beam is set. Make your final preparations.
But yeah, PC was making bank. Well, I mean, I feel like with the High New and Nightingale, those are 4 stars as well, so understandably, I think those with the popularity are going to do well. But I don't think the obscure stuff is that bad either, or can't do well. I think it just depends what they add, and that's also just part of the charm that GBO2 already has, is that there's a lot of suits in this game that you cannot play in, like, anything else. And UC just has a lot of suits like that. So that's kind of like another thing with them adding AU suits. If they start prioritizing that over the more obscure UC suits, just because, oh, they can make more money, then that's not really good for us who want to play the obscure units. Advice regarding the supply drops. I wanted to get GBO7, got 2 unwanted 3 stars instead. I can't really give it based on randomized. It's not like I can select, we'll do this and you get a suit. My best thing I can probably say is, like, don't think you're going to get a suit, and there's a half off. Hello! Right, a jump scare right here. Okay. If you don't feel like you're confidently going to get the suit, how did I get the melee swing and that did not stop him? Did you see more UC that could be added in? At least another couple of the gun tanks and the hover gun tanks look cool. Black Rider jumps. Yeah, Black Rider jump scare. Whee! But, yeah, like the UC stuff. This is a good selection. And even like from UC Engage, there's some original suits in there. Which is another thing I did want to touch up briefly on, was that of what the next banners could be. Because we are getting 2 more Engage suits for the next week. It's going to be weeks. Because we're going to get the High-Mo Camphor, then 2 more suits. So, the only one I feel like it might be a guarantee is going to maybe be the, like, Engage Gundam with the Incom. I think that's going to be a pretty obvious one, because if that's the next part of the event story in UC Engage, I can see it. Did you see the next video that I did earlier today? So there's definitely things. But I think another thing too that kind of affects that is that they don't really seem like they're too willing to do low-cost stuff. That's like, seems like it's gonna be, like, it's the other issue, is that they just don't want to focus on the low cost anymore. Like, half of the stuff just ends up as either the banner token suits, event suits, I can see you. Can't hide from me that well. Oh, yeah. We'd like to see the Camphor Heim. Well, High-Mo Camphor we are getting next week, so that's going to be pretty soon, but as for GBO2 Tetra Kai, don't really know when we would get that. I don't think it's in any leaks or anything, so can't really say if it's in the devs' minds at the moment. But they could always surprise us if they want to just kind of throw it in. Only thing I can say for certain is that it won't be the next suits after the high mobility camper. I'm like afraid to jump down because I got like no legs. Okay, I had enough. I didn't need to worry too much. But we'll see, because Engage itself has a pretty long leak list that isn't just the things that are supposed to be for the coming weeks. So I do think they do have a bit more in mind that they're going to continue forward, but they're probably just going to be like here and there releases, nothing too like major. Which is part of the with like the games and stuff, because it does introduce a lot of new things that we wouldn't originally think would be added, but then does end up falling under consideration. I know there's a prototype camper as well. That's another one that I've heard has been one that people are running, so... And I know that's in the listing, so... That one's probably going to appear at some point as well. It didn't show up around the Full Armor Alex banner, like how they would just kind of have a counter to... Because I think not the Hi-Mo, but the prototype camper, I'm assuming it would be a support, because I think it has a sniper rifle. That's my only guess at that one, which I feel like would make sense, because we don't have anything like a support camper. Like, we have the regular camper and the Titania as like the general and raid slot, so having a support camper would just kind of fill out the trinity of campers there.
We've got the advantage right now. We've lost an allied unit. An ally wants you to group up. See you soon. You're getting jammed by the enemy.
So somebody's jamming. I see him up there.
Lost an allied unit. The enemy's captured a beacon. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. The shield's been blown off. You okay there? Light damage. You can shrug that off, right? Stop's got 2 minutes to go. Bases are now more valuable for this mission.
Prototype has a support in the leak.
Mobile suit.
I think it's still ballistic, machine gun, and cannon. Okay, so yeah, it's probably going to be a support then, but yeah, the list I have I don't think has the types. It just kind of has a list of like what is like what they might be adding, so I could definitely see it as a support. Similar to the other B machine gun in the game. So yeah, we'll see how they go about it. That's gonna be an interesting addition. Because I feel like being a camper, it probably is gonna have a bit of fragility to it. But hopefully they maybe keep the mobility. But that doesn't seem like something they're... we'll see.
Stop's got 1 minute to go. Don't get sloppy now. Damage is building up. Watch yourself.
Shaw would really be broken if he had a Fed camper to make it 3 times faster. Yeah, I don't think the camper was around his time though, so... If he didn't, you know, I would say he betrayed Xeon, but Shaw doesn't betray anyone in his life. So if he didn't, you know, accidentally... if he didn't accidentally, you know... But he retired, we'll call it like that. He retired from Xeon. If he didn't do that, maybe he would have gotten a camper. Would've been cool. Which actually would've been cooler too if Ammo did get the Alex, because then we just have like a Ammo Alex versus a Shark Hamper. That'd be a pretty cool what if scenario.
We've lost. See you soon. Time has run out. You're getting jammed by the enemy. All right, we win. Here are this battle's rewards.
Making preparations for sortie. Canceling procedure. Making preparations for sortie.
I don't know if I want to try a 700 match. What do I have at 700? Anything worth using? Anything I've been meaning to test? That's like the real question. Oh, I got the Afreach 9. 18 Jester. I might just stick to the... Actually, I might go to 400. I think I'll drop to 400. We'll go there instead. Prototype Camper did have a high output frame, but also heavy armor. My guess is overlap with the DOMs, so Camper Chance is a more spec op. So the Camper changes to a more spec op. Could be the case. That might be the reasoning. Might be a bit of a slower suit. Maybe would have stopped to fire a machine gun. Like, that probably would be how they go about it. No, there's like also on that list, I know there's also Makuve's Goof, and then there's going to be Dolzel's Zaku 2, which those are interesting ones to me, because it's going to be how they're going to introduce them and what costs are they going to be. I assume they'd have to be lower cost suits. Maybe the Makuve Goof would be a 350, but I think they probably would maybe try to make it a 300. And for the Dolzel Zaku too, they probably would make that a 300 as well. So I feel like they'd fit pretty well with that low cost, but I don't know how they'd add those. Then there's the Bugu from Origin. That's another really interesting case of what cost the Bugu is going to be, if they really do go through with adding it. Because at the very least, it would have to be a 200, because obviously they wouldn't make a new 100 or 150 cost suit, so 200 is probably the lowest it can be, which they can get away with if they say it's like the Rambal version, which is probably how it will release. Only it will just be able to be modified, or like the color change into the regular version, so that's how they maybe go about it. But yeah, that'd have to be like a 200, so very much a lot of interesting additions to look forward to in the future. They really need to add the Norris Packard Zaku 1. I don't know if they would add that. Bugu and Leak is the Rambal version. Well, I don't know what other version it would be, honestly. Like, it wouldn't be the normal one. They would make it the Rambal version just because I think that's the one people are more familiar with. The list I have just has it as Bugu. I don't think they're going to call it the Bugu Val. Because, I know the model kit calls it the Rambal Val version, but, like, in UC Engage, I think it's just called the Bugu. So, it depends how they want to address it, but it will most likely just be the Val version. And that's for a Norris Packard Zaku 1. I don't know if it's well known enough for them to add it. Like, it seems like it'd be a really, like, out there pick. And I know I said, like, part of this game's charm is the obscure mobile suits, but I think that'd be a bit too obscure. One. I was gonna say, who had napalm, but yeah, we got a Gaza E. I see a pilot. I couldn't hit him though. I'm gonna try to go after him though.
Receiving an SOS from an ally.
I don't think they'll add the Bugu as a banner to low cost. It definitely will not be a banner. If anything, it might just be a clan suit or something, or a limited mission suit. They added in the Jurek, that alone is quite obscure compared to a Zaku variant.
Receiving an SOS from an ally.
See, I mean, maybe, but yeah, like I said, I don't know how many people know about Norris's Zaku. But the Jurek at least has a unique silhouette to it, so that's maybe would make it a bit more notable, but like I said, like with the Norris Zaku 1, and it would have to have its own machine gun and stuff too, which I'm not sure if they're really willing to put that much in for a Zaku 1 variant. So that's like another thing. There's a few things to it. Like I think it just isn't like that it couldn't be in, because it probably would work. Because I think it has the doesn't it have the spiked fist similar to the Dozel Zaku. So I mean it could be something with like 2 melees or something. Really wanted to make it melee based, but yeah, like I said, like, are they really gonna do all that?
Long range supporting fire as it go. Firing has stopped. The enemy lost an allied unit. The shield's been blown off.
Wow, my game is not doing too well. Back.
Destroyed. Shake it off. Select your redeployment now.
If anything, they might try to give us a Black Tri-Star Zaku. I feel like that would come before a Norse one.
See you soon. Lost an allied unit. Light damage. You can shrug that off, right? An ally has destroyed an enemy You've lost an allied unit.
But maybe, you know, maybe like I said with the other like suits, maybe they'll surprise us and they will add it. Like I don't want to instantly shut down the idea that like a suit might not get in, unless there's like actual reasons as to why that suit cannot get in. There was some stuff it guaranteed to get, but other things might be possible if they want to like have stuff out spaces. And it'd be low cost too, so that'd be a pretty good advantage of it. Hello, Aqua. Your quiz dropped back before the Monarch TV show. Maybe there's a Kong-sized connection.
We're just getting warmed up. Damage is building up. Watch yourself.
Game is not like my audio out through my headphones. Like, it's not holding up at all. I think it's like too much happening in this match.
We've lost an ally.
That would be funny though if the jerk was like dropped around that time for the Kong. The audio sounds weird. Yeah, I feel like that thing is like completely messing up on itself.
We've
It's
lost
not
an
good at
allied
all.
unit.
Just gonna try
See you soon.
unplugging stuff and plugging it back in.
To go.
If that does anything.
Now more valuable for this mission. Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Okay, I can't tell what's happening anymore. There's like too much smoke everywhere. Oh, okay, we can see. I'm going to assume that may have been the desert Zaku that was over here.
Supporting fire incoming. Clear out of the hot zone.
I'm gonna move this way where there's hopefully no spore fire. And now I'm gonna try to get back to my team. I have no idea what it is trying to do though. Like they're going there, so yeah. I'm hoping they have an actual plan and they're just not going back there just because.
Right there. You can shrug that off, right?
Oh yeah, the support's back here. So I'm gonna see if
Ally has destroyed
Yeah.
an enemy mobile suit. We've lost an allied unit. Time has run out.
there we go. Finally get some good work in.
We win.
Oh, mission completed here.
Here are this battle's rewards.
But yeah, there's definitely I think gonna be a difference between what is obscure and what's too obscure. Though it would be cool to get some like more Zaku variants. I don't think they would ever add all of them. Even though we could use a new high mobility type because yeah, the one we have cannot be colored into anything. They really need to give us a new high mo that can be accurately colored. You really can't make either the Shin one. You can technically make the Shin one, but it's not exact because you don't have the stripe. Which, I mean, I guess is whatever it is, but you can't really make the black TriStar variant because you can't separate the lake parts. So I wouldn't mind seeing versions of suits just so we can have a bit more color accuracy, basically. So no, like, this is what I try to do is like a Shin one. This is like the closest I could really get to it. Like I said, like without the stripe on the arm, it kind of doesn't feel complete. Then I think the backpack too. You can't edit the backpack on these ones, which also just makes it very weird. they're so trigger happy with the AOZ stuff, but they didn't even add the good TR5 Haru. They might be saving it, I would assume. Like, I don't think they're just going to... It's either that or they just wanted to have something that was a bit more unique than the, you know, the complaint we have already. So they might just be saving that one. Or the Mars Xeon stuff from AOZ. Well, Mars Xeon I think they just haven't gotten to yet, because I think isn't that like a relatively new addition to AOZ, so... They might not have gone there yet. They might get there, but they just kind of haven't reached that step yet.
Making preparations for sortie. Canceling procedure. Making preparations for sortie. Canceling procedure. Making preparations for sortie.
I'm not sure to do 450 space. Maybe just try to get a match with the Engage Gundam. Or the Engage Zero. And kind of do a look through at that. Wait, is it? There it is. What are even the enhancements of this thing? Hand shield structure, propellant tank, complex expansion, another shield, and then more melee. Okay. So yeah, let's see if we can get into a space match. I won't give it too long. I had luck this morning getting into these, but I think as time goes on, space really just kind of dies down. I'll try to give it to like the 50-minute mark on the elapsed time counter, and then just kind of go from there. But I guess while we're here though, this is like a good chance to try to maybe talk about anything in particular about the update stuff. I know there was some of the buffs that dropped, so there's that stuff. I don't think I'm really going to cover most of those buffs though, because they're kind of like hit or miss to me, honestly. I like suits I actually play. TR5 with the Haru 2 is way more different to the complaint than just adding the shield booster and the long blade rifle. Well, I think the TR5 I'm thinking of is the one that has the... It does have like the complaint, the arm, like the wing binder thingies, so... like that's the version I kind of think of, like the one the model kit's based off, if that's the version you're referring to. But I mean, like I said, they had like this whole shield booster skill and stuff as well, so it may have been also just them experimenting with that new skill. So it may have just been completely experimental as well. Oh yeah, no, that's the one with the... Yeah, it's the one with the... the arm boosters, so yeah. Like I said, I think I just didn't want to do the one that had the arm binders. Does the Engage Zero have the ram attack with the second stage boost like the TR5? No, it doesn't. The only thing that the boost does is that you go faster and that you're able to use your weapons while boosting, when you're in that boosting stage. There is no ram damage that comes with it. Yeah, the Arc Suster control system activates when using high-speed movement for a set period, increases high-speed movement speed by 10%, also reduces cumulative attack damage, and disables high-speed compatible weapons. And for the high-speed compatible weapons, it is the Engage Zero beam rifle and the bullpup machine guns. You can just fire those while boosting. That's essentially what that skill does. Okay, it's at the 50 mark, so I'm going to...
Heading back to base camp.
Actually, I could just show it off. Like, it's... Yeah, I was going to like a free practice real quick.
Making preparations for sortie.
I won't even like change the cost. I'll just do a quick little thing. Where is it? I did also make a testing video for this, so that does also show a lot of that stuff. The thing I did try to see if it could do ram damage, but yeah, it couldn't in my testing video for this suit. Basically what you do, you boost for a bit, and you like that. Do that, and yeah, no ram damage. And then you can also use it with the machine gun, so that's essentially what it does.
The majority of combat happens in a mobile suit. You need to be comfortable with controls.
And then the Vulcans you can already use while boosting, so really no difference there, but no matter what weapon you have equipped, you will get that 10% speed boost, so that is kind of a good thing about it.
Making preparations for sortie.
I'll just wait the last few seconds here to switch to the new rooms. And 8 o'clock.
Making preparations for sortie.
Let's see, we got here 400 space, 650 ace, 550 targeting. Then we got the battle on the burning sands. 350, 500, 600. I might try to do a battle on the burning sands, because now that I made the video on it like a few days back, I feel like I can cover it, and it's not going to be that weird. I didn't want to do like it during the last stream when I was going to release the video about it.
Team is set. Make your final preparations. Heading to the battlefield.
Booster type is like super fast with 15% boost to 220 speed.
Go, go, go!
Okay, I'm gonna Dom Tropin. It's faster than the Mark V with the shield booster and a lot of transform units as well. I've also heard that it's kind of squishy though, as like its downside, but yeah, I don't know the specifics about how it works with the booster type. Oh, we're talking about, are we talking about like the booster type engage, I assume? Not the plant. If we were talking about the engage, that would make it a really fast suit. But I need to like find something that has the actual stats of it, because I haven't seen it. Okay, this is gonna be weird. I have not played the Chopin in this mode yet. Okay, I'm sorry, teammate, but I'm trying to get this GBO1 here. Well, I might now go after the support.
Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Damage is building up. Watch yourself. Your mobile suit can't take much more.
Actually, the Gundam Witch might have it, if they have the engage boost up there. Operation 2, engage
The enemy's captured a beacon.
0.
We've lost an
I
allied
don't see it
unit.
up here. It might not have been added yet.
See you soon.
Unless it's just...
We've lost an allied unit. We've lost an allied unit. Right there. You can show that off, right? We've lost an allied unit. Damage is building up. Watch yourself. Enemy mobile suit destroyed. Your mobile suit can't take much more. Eject. The mobile suit has been destroyed. You gotta capture beacons to control the battlefield. The enemy's captured a beacon. Supporting fire incoming. Clear out of the hot zone.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like using the Dom Chopin in this
See you
mode.
soon.
I feel like I'm kind of limited.
We've lost an allied unit. Enemy mobile suit destroyed.
At least with these supports running around. That's like the thing.
Allied unit.
Maybe is... Okay, I know there's a support back here.
We've lost an allied unit.
I'm gonna try to see if I can take this point right here. Oh, come on.
See you soon. We've lost an allied unit. It's rough out there. The mobile suit has been destroyed.
Yeah, probably gonna be the only situation battle I do, because I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling the situation battle. I've got to wait for the UC Engage one to come out.
We've lost an allied unit.
Which I'm still curious how that's going to go, because it's gonna be based off Nightmare of Solomon. We know that much. But the thing that makes that weird is that the Nightmare of Solomon, that has Gato's Rickdom in it, and his Vic Dom uses the like the beam bazooka that like the some of the other like Dom vans, like the Dodge, Pezum Dodge. Like I was trying to find out what suit it was for a moment. That's why I kind of wonder how they're going to go about adding that, because it led me to believe that they were possibly going to like maybe buff the Rick Dom in order to use the bazooka, but that turned out to be the case. So I don't know if they're just going to give the bazooka as like a situation battle exclusive deal, which would be interesting. Cause I feel like if you don't get the bazooka, then it's just what at like at there. So yeah, just add the Vic Dom custom. I don't know if we'll ever get a Gato Vic Dom. They might not make enough about it to where they would add it, but and plus if it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be next week, like during the Hymo camper. So that's kind of the other thing with it too. If they wouldn't be able to add it in time to make it an official suit, so they might just give it the beam bazooka just because, and just have it be a situation battle thing only. That's what I'm hoping they do, because I feel like again it wouldn't be Gato's Vic Dom if it just used a giant bazooka. And I feel like the only other suits we can kind of predict that are going to be in there is going to be Shin's Zaku 2. Or not Zaku 2, is Hymo Zaku. So unless Gato's Vic Dom just isn't in there, but I feel like that'd be a pretty stupid thing to do. And the whole Federation team would be like gyms, so standard gyms, and probably like, yeah. Model number is different for a custom version for both Char and Gato. Like I said though, if it's going to be during the Hymo camper event, there's no way they're going to be able to add that in time. So it probably would just be a regular Vic Dom, just recolored in the Gato colors.
Here are this battle's rewards.
Which I'm surprised they haven't tried to give it the beam bazooka already, because bringing up Char's Vic Dom as well, maybe they'll add it in a directive mission? That could be the case, now that you mention it. That would actually be a really good way to add it. And that would also be a nice kind of like little, like, you know, addition, because we wouldn't have it. Technically, it wouldn't be a UC Engage suit. They don't have to label it that way. It's kind of like how Killy Zaku in this game isn't labeled as a Code Fairy suit. It's labeled as a... I think it's labeled as an MSV suit. So they could just do the same exact thing for Gato's Vic Dom. Because I'm pretty sure it's been in things before UC Engage. Yeah, like Killy Zaku's an MSV in here, so... Them making it a directive mission would actually be a really good way to get people to play it. Which, given it's space only, they might need to motivate people to play it. I'm excited for it though. I would play it either way, just because I think the Nightmare of Solomon event from UC Engage was really good. Because you did get the Gato's Vic Dom and Shin's Hymo Zaku. Those were the suits you could get around that time, so I'm really excited to see how they go about it for here. I'm assuming the map they're going to use is probably going to be... I think Dark Space is probably going to be the one that best fits that battle. Unless they use Space Fortress Interior, but I don't know if they would use that one. The Situation Battle directives are giving out nothing till now. Vic Dom Custom would be a good reward. Yeah, they need to have, like, some actual rewards instead of, like, the more basic stuff. Like, at least this one is kind of good because it's the GBO1, but I already have a GBO1, so I really don't need to worry about playing it that much. That might be good for, like, newer players, but the Resource Satellite? Let's see. Yeah, did I say Dark Space? I think I meant to say Resource Satellite. I may have been looking at the wrong map.
Operations for sorting.
Uh, I don't know about Resource Satellite. I think Dark Space, like from the events, I think Dark Space kind of fits the feel a bit better, but they could use Resource Satellite as well. I think it's definitely between these two, whichever one they want to use. I know it definitely won't be the Derelict Colony. Well, there's Lunar Debris Belts as well. That could be another one they use. So, I think it's between Dark Space, Resource Satellite, and the Lunar Debris. Dark Space for Thunderbolt. I think it is meant to be kind of like Thunderbolt, yeah, but at the same time, that's like the setting that they had it in. Kind of look this way. I'll just leave it to these three. But I think actually Lunar Debris Belt might be the one they go with. Because that one's going to have a lot of cover, and I think that's going to be good, because the Federation team is most likely going to be Gym Cannon, Assault, Space Assault types, and maybe Gym Commands, if they want to throw it in. Lunar Colony, the Lunar map, more likely than Dark Space. They love pushing the Lunar Debris. Yeah, that's... I think Lunar Debris probably has the best chance, if not Resource Satellites. So I think it's going to be between those. So, we'll see which one they pick. But I'm excited for it. I really want to see what they do for the rewards. I'm assuming it's going to be, like I said, hopefully it is actually an exclusive Vicdom, and not just a standard Vicdom, because really, the Nightmare of Solomon did not have a lot of ace units, at least in the events, aside from Gato and Shin. So one reward could definitely be the High Mobility Zaku. I think it's going to be one of them. I don't think they're going to make a Shin exclusive High-Mo. It's probably just going to be the 300 cost one with the Giant Bazooka. It's going to be this one, most likely. And then the Vicdom. Luna has a Rex ship that seems to fit the vibe. Yeah, so it definitely could be. Yeah, Luna has the Rex ship on it, so it could definitely be that one? I think it has like the ship in the middle. I actually think it has a few ships, but they all like, I think, ships that did appear in the Nightmare of Solomon, at least in cutscenes, so that's a good possibility. But hopefully it is actually a new Vicdom. Like, just as a little surprise. Because if they're not going to buff the Vicdom to use the Beam Bazooka, then, I mean, they have to do something at some point. Which I'm still surprised they haven't just done it already. I mean, maybe the Beam Bazooka might be too powerful at, like, that low of a cost. Maybe that's why they're so cautious about adding it. Like, I can't really say, like, what their reasoning might be for why they haven't decided to add it. Because it feels like it's iconic enough. There's a lot of Ace Vicdoms that do use that weapon. So it doesn't seem like it'd be that out of place.
Making preparations for sortie.
Plus it would give people an excuse to try to play space matches. So would be a nice little thing. I'm still disappointed they didn't add it as a weapon.
Come back in one piece, okay?
Commence preparations for sortie.
Might go Jagan. Okay, fail to form teams.
Make your final preparations.
Okay, so it only seems like somebody may have just left.
Team is set. Make your final preparations.
We don't have a support, so might try... Unless somebody switches to support, so might try to use one of those. Could always go gun cannon detector. Oh, okay, no, we're gonna have a... Oh, but well, we got like one not Jagan. Psychozaku BB is the one that it's supposed to be. Pezium BB was a nerfed one, so that's maybe the difficulty. Maybe? I don't think they give it the Psychozaku one only because that's 500, so that's really just going at a much higher cost. And plus, it would have to stop to fire. So unless they want the Victim to be a stop to fire with that weapon, then maybe. At that point, it might just be easier to give it its own version. But I don't think they're going to do... Oh, well... You know... If they could get away with it with the Jalagu, with having the different missiles in the recycle ticket store, I don't think they can pull that with the Victim. So I'd say that's very unlikely they would go like that route. Oh, good range. So that might be another thing that's kind of preventing them from doing it. Maybe it would just be too powerful. Like, it's just that simple. It would just be a too powerful of a weapon on that suit. Looks like somebody over here. Not sure. I'm gonna try to join the rest of my team though. Don't want to stray too far away. Somebody down here. Looks like a Jagan D type, I'm assuming.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. We've lost an allied unit. Light damage. You can show that. Damage is... The mobile suit... The mobile suit has been destroyed. Shake it off. Select your redeployment now. We've lost an allied unit.
Consider Shar Gelgoog is 450, Victim Custom 450 as well. 450 might be too high. I'd say at most 400, because the regular Victim is a 300. So maybe 400 wouldn't be too bad. Lowest 350, but I think 400 would be a pretty good cost for it. 450 I think would be a bit too high for what it is. So I'd go with the 450 route. Not 450, the 400 route. It would make sense on like the scaling, like how powerful those suits are as well. Because like having it at 450 would basically implying those Victims are stronger than like most Gelgoog variants. Even if they are like ace versions, that wouldn't really be the case. Let's use the Pezun at 400. Well, they could just give it its own unique stats, though. Like, that's the thing. It would have its own, you know, unique things to it. Maybe they could give it more sub-weapons, like a machine gun or something. Because I know the Pezun Dodge has... Its only sub-weapon, I think, is the beam gun on the chest. So they could just give it its own little bit of equipment. Or just, like, different stats entirely. They can do to differentiate it. But like I said, then maybe 350 then would be a good cost range as well. Even though, like I said, 400 feels like it might be good enough. Because what? I think... Okay, so we're taking Shaw into consideration. We'll take Shaw's Rick Dom into consideration here. I think he did go against... Didn't he go against the G3 Gundam in it? So I feel like it could be a same situation how, like, the Zaku 2 Type S and go up to 350, putting the cost below the one. It's kind of a similar case, like, that suit, 50 cost below. I guess it's rival, so it really just depends which version they decide to do. Though I think Gado's Rick Dom would probably have a bit more notoriety with it, so I think just 400 would be the best place to put it. 350 seems too low, and like 450 and above is definitely too high.
Captured a beacon. See you soon.
Rick Dom Custom has a chest beam of the Wasp Custom, not like the Pezun. I don't know if they would go that route. Only if they wanted to make it unique, but I think they would just make it the same as the regular Rick Dom. Because, yeah, I don't think in any situation the Rick Dom is shown to have a beam like that. It's only shown as a flash beam, so I don't think they would go that just to kind of keep it consistent. But I said, like, they could add, like, just other sub-weapons to it. It doesn't have to be just, like, that weapon. It could be like a machine gun or something. That or they give it the beam bazooka and the giant bazooka, so it has like double stun. I should have triple stun at that point if you take the flash into consideration. So that'd be kind of an interesting thing to do if they make it just like a full stunning machine. How do they make it more melee based? Because the Rick Dom, as I mentioned earlier, is range based. So having it melee would probably be another way to kind of make it unique. But the Heat Saber stats are weak. But they said they could just boost the melee strength at that point. Because that's what the regular Dom is. It has more melee strength than range strength. So it would just be like the ground type Dom in space. Essentially. Like what a beam bazooka. I mean, unless they want to keep it range-based and just kind of have it be a higher cost replacement for the Rick Dom. Because I don't think anyone's really playing the Rick Dom past at least 350, which is why I say 400 is probably a good enough cost for it. Because at 400, it might just, you know, there's like a lot of good generals at 400, so it really wouldn't be too much of a reason to use it. So I can kind of, like, that can kind of be its niche, like if you want to have a replacement for the Vic Dom at 400. And you want like something with like the beam bazooka. But you don't want to use like Pezundwaj maybe. It's like it's hard to place because a lot of the Dom variants are around that cost range. So it's really just about trying to find what would make it unique. Maybe a double dodge roll? That could be something they could maybe do with it. Maybe. Double dodge roll. What else is there? But you know what, now that I think about it, I don't think many of those 400 Doms have... I don't think they have maneuver armor. So Vic Dom 2 have it? Where's the R's? Okay, so Vic Dom... Yeah, that doesn't have maneuver armor. This one doesn't have it either, and I'm assuming the Raid most likely has it. Yeah, the Raid Vic Dom 2 has it, but... does this have it? This has like so many skills in comparison. So yeah, maybe a maneuver armor could be, like a maneuver armor and a dodge roll could be something they could give it. So it can like stay a bit more mobile. Higher mobility in the NMP 80 for the sub. Yeah, I think that'd probably be the best way they can do it. Like I said, maybe maneuver armor for that cost, because there's a lot of stuff at 400 that can stun. So, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Like, just it being a straight up a better Vic Dom, I wouldn't mind seeing.
Making preparations for sortie.
Because I really like playing the Vic Dom, and I think as it is, it's already a pretty decent suit. So I don't think they'd have to do too much to make just a higher cost variant of it. The Toads? I can go Toads Ritter. Toads, how is it after the buff? I think I covered this last time. I think I didn't play it. I don't think I played it before it got buffed. Unless it got buffed again, but I don't remember seeing anything for it. Like, buffed recently. I don't think it's been buffed since I've gotten it, so I think last time I said I really couldn't say anything about it. I think it just kind of boiled down to the suit itself is pretty good. I think it's pretty fun. Let's see, where is the buff list? Unicorn, Phoenix, Hazenflee, Nero. Yeah, no, it's not up here.
Heading to the battlefield. Mobile suit team, it's sortie time. Get out there and get it done. Commencing operation.
Okay, let's we got some surprisingly good range with this thing. Not doing a whole lot of range damage though. I was gonna charge shot, that won't gonna do anything. Is there anything I can hit from like this far? I don't think I can really lock on anything. They're coming this way though. Might be able to do something here. And try to get them while they're coming. Didn't you build one? I think I did, yeah. So now they're coming in close, so I might be able to do something. And boop! Boop!
Enemy mobile suit destroyed. Lost an allied unit. The shield's been blown off. You okay?
Shield. Yeah, they're gonna get that before I can get my... Yeah, probably
We've lost an allied
more.
unit.
And for the incoms as well, because I have the Psycho Frame on here.
Beacon over.
I don't want to go in for melee yet, because our team isn't going in. So I'd like to... I'm just trying to stay back and see if I can catch them there. I'm trying to...
You can shrug that off, right? Enemy mobile suit destroyed. Enemy's captured a beacon.
No? I'm going to assume that might be a Dovin Wolf.
Damage is building up.
Hi. Yeah, what the heck, my game cannot handle this.
Lost an allied unit. Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Mobile suit has been destroyed.
If you wind a bit, the overall stats are quite low for your build. What did you actually build it for? I may have built it for resistances a bit. I think it probably was one of my main goals with it, but I probably can try to do a new build with it.
An ally has destroyed
I probably wasn't building for anything specific. I probably just kind of did a balance.
See you soon.
Because I know I think I have the melee part on it, or at least a melee part. I don't know about range parts though. Resistance is low. I mean, I'll have to check again what parts I actually put on it. No range parts at all, so yeah, I probably did put some melee on it. Maybe thruster, I'll put thruster parts on it. I don't remember what the exact build was, even though I did just look at it.
Watch yourself. Your mobile suit can't take much more. Your mobile suit has been destroyed. Ally has destroyed. Lost an allied unit.
I assume I may have put at least health on it, only because I know when you do the Hades, your defense does go down, so I may put health on it just to kind of increase my survivability. That or I literally just cannot remember what build I put on this thing. The only thing I really remember I put on this was Psycho Frame.
See you soon.
I'm putting that Psycho Frame on like more suits. I think so far, this is the only suit I have that has it on yet. So I probably need to go slap that on the new Gundam. Come on, the guys. The ace is literally right here. We can literally get him. And whoever's low, trying to hide back here. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to focus on the ace. I don't want to rush in because I feel like this is gonna be a really bad move. It doesn't seem like they might be. Well, I don't know. Someone's coming over.
This op's got 2 minutes to go. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile
Move in it, so I'm if I can help out. Don't think new Gundam is worth Psycho Frame. Should put on suits with 2 or more lock on. Because it takes up quite a bit of slots. Probably. I don't really use that many like suits with the Saikumo though. So that's probably why I just don't even know what to put it on. Okay, all the enemies over here. Okay, Ace got him. I'm gonna try to go for the... I put on the EXS. Oh yeah, EXS would probably, yeah, be a good choice. I get stunned from mobile suit explosions in this thing. Oh, I'm gonna fall back.
We've lost an allied unit. Building up. Watch yourself.
Oh, they're probably gonna get, like, they're probably gonna get it though. I don't think we're gonna be able to get anyone in time.
Only 30 seconds until time has run out.
Yeah, I think they were able to get that.
Yes, we
Oh yeah, mission failed. Doesn't even have MA, so the little bit of defense buff from the Psycho Flame is good.
Here are this battle's rewards.
Yeah, EXS is a fragile one, so I think I did try to put defenses on that. Probably didn't. Now that I think about it, I probably tried to put more range stats on it. Let's see. Yeah, what is my Toads build exactly? What did I think was a good idea to slap on it? Yeah, no, I do have the defensive parts on it. I got one part for beam. I got reload parts, and then the rest of it is going towards melee. So yeah, I did try to buff up the defense as much as I could. And I do have the Psycho Frame up here. So it's kind of like a mix between a defense, reload, melee build.
Making preparations for sortie. Come back in one piece, okay?
I think I might do one more match. This might be the last one for the night. Because, yeah, I don't feel like much is really happening. Oh, boo! Hello, Willie! Oh, you scared me. Hello, welcome, welcome. I go Ashima. I haven't played the Ashima in a good while. He'd be the one and only. Oh, just you wait, Willy Wings 98 till Willy Wings 99 walks in. Then you'll really be in for it. I don't think overheating and reload are necessary after the buff, because they specifically buffed that part of the Toads. Have both the easy Gundamus. Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't get the raid. I got the general though, so I'm pretty happy with that one. But like I said, boys, I didn't play it before it got the buff, so I don't know what exactly the Toads was like. Not the pumpkin. But yeah, I don't know what the Toads video was like before it was buffed, because I wasn't playing it during that time, so I just kind of put the parts on it that I felt I might need. Although it seems to reload pretty fast on itself, so I might be able to switch those parts out. We'll see. I had both smooth games with them. How is the raid one, the one with the booster? Because I know the booster one, I've heard very mixed feelings about. While the general, I've heard pretty much nothing but good about that one. Also, they buffed the horse. Yeah, they buffed the horse, and then they buffed the bird as well. The Norn came out, so they had to rebuff the things. Which is kind of funny to think about. They're really good ones with that. What is this? Oh, wait, what? Okay. Sure, I'll just accept that. Oh, hello.
Light damage. You can shrug that off, right? We've lost an allied unit. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Where's the rest of our team? I feel there's only two of us right here. Oh, I wasn't quick enough. I probably could have finished them off with the punch. Bird honestly is a hard one to use, and other 700s, as they've gotten better later on at the same level, so it made sense. Even though it was a bit shocking. Yeah, I haven't played the Fenix in like a good hot minute, so I've been like sticking to my new Gundam ever since then. Please tell me, okay, so they are going to try to take that point. The pumpkin seems more fun in Evo. It was a good suit in Evolution, but still really good in this game as well. It's a good basic suit, but it can still like do a lot of damage. Hazenfleet buffs. Yeah, I haven't tried the Hazenfleet yet. I didn't think the bird needed a buff. I think everything needed a buff when the Norn came out after everything that was being said about that suit. The Nero now has maneuver armor. I've seen that. And the Dwarves got some as well. Oh yeah, Jagan. And anti-buff. Yeah, there's been a few. I don't know, I feel like these buffs are kind of mixed that they went around. Like, 'cause there doesn't really seem to be too much significant ones outside of like the unicorns and like the Nero. I haven't heard like much talk about them. Probably doesn't help a lot of them with suits. I really don't play that much, so I'm not really rushing in line to try to test them out. Chaining stuns in melee is a bit difficult. I played the Hasten Flea a few times, and it seemed overall like a really decent suit, so it's good to see that one get buffed. Yeah, at this point we're just kind of keeping at the base. I don't want to fly in, because I feel like I'm just going to get stunned out of the sky if I try that. Did my melee not hit? Oh, I guess it didn't.
An ace has been designated.
Okay, so it's gonna be Boundock for our team, and it's gonna be the what is that called? What is that suit called? Traversia, that's what I'm thinking of.
An ally has destroyed an
GBO4 buffs be nice. Oh yeah, the GBO4 got buffed. I totally forgot about those ones. But this is like higher cost, so I really don't know if I'm going to really use it that much. Oh, I missed. Okay, got this shield. And punch. HML now looks like it's gonna be good now. Yeah, HML that got buffed. Yeah. Again, another suit I really don't play, so I might have to try it out because of that. But I'll have to like go see what the buff list is first before I try to do anything with it, so I know what I'm getting myself into. Since they buffed the new and the high new before the Norn, can we expect the TR5 with Haru 2 coming soon? I mean, if they want to add it, I mean... I don't think it's in any buff lists, not buff lists, but any, like, leak listings as of currently, so I'm not sure if we're going to get it soon. All MS with time mega launch. Victor J Vertex and I think this was the buff though. I don't think they would need to touch that again. If Haru was in a leak. I don't remember it being in there. I might have missed it. Unless it was in a different leak listing. Like the BR sub is really smooth. Ready time after using HML is shortened a lot more. And the thing, Voorhees, with buffing the HML mobile suits is that they all have their own versions of it. So they have to buff, like, each individual one. And even then, like, those suits might be doing well enough to where they don't really need to worry about it. Full charges don't overheat the HML. Oh, that's really good. I think it's like the same thing they did with the Jester B team. I think that got that similar buff to that. So that is cool that they're adding that to more things. Where is the Xanthos anyway? I know I have it. It's probably at 600 though. What the heck was the Ryo doing? I have no idea. I think they were just trying to jump in and use their melee, but yeah, it. I see what you were trying to do, but jumping in with your melee weapon wasn't very smart. You were just asking to get picked off by the whole enemy team. But that was some fancy Naginata swinging. You're pretty good. Like, I don't... I don't know what their plan there was. Zeta HML buff was more leaning towards using it in more of the Wave Rider mode to do damage. What the heck is that thing anyway? I can actually just go look at it. 650... Oh yeah, 90%, so it's basically the same concept as the Just B team. What they did when they buffed that one as well. And I assume that applies here? No, so this one's still 100. So that one is still, you have to do the full charge. Yeah, seems like it still kind of follows that same thing. The big booster is nice for how fast it can go. That's what I've heard about it at the moment, is that it's a pretty fast suit. I think that's like the only really good thing I've heard about it, aside from the boost skill that the general also has, so... Aside from that, I really haven't heard too much talk about it.
Making preparations for sortie. Sortie application accepted.
Commence preparations for sortie.
Just a B team long charge was always 95. They buffed the missiles and the grenades. I don't think it always was though. I think if you did the full charge, I want to say it... Like, it didn't do it. I think that was... Yeah, maybe because the freedom exists. But I don't think the B team always had that. If I'm remembering correctly. I thought it always did, like it always had to go through it. Can't blame them. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier with the addition of the Freedom Gundam. Let's see. I think I can find it.
Good work out there.
No, it was 100 for the B team. It wasn't 95%. It was 100 back in the day. I just checked it. It used to be older. Like when it was like that. I think now it is the 95%, but it wasn't like that before. That was part of one of its buffs. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't always 95. As I was scrolling to see what you did try talking about. Yeah. The whole idea of AU suits being in GBO2. All that jazz.
pilot sorties for the whole camp. Making preparations for sortie. I'm expecting great things from you.
Basically, in summary of that, yeah, I don't think we need AU suits in console. If they want to keep it in PC, that's fine. But I think console needs to stay. It needs to stay UC. That's my overall just thoughts about all that.
Beam is set. Make your final preparations.
Single saber be really strong for comboing and downswing wise. The double saber has great power and long reach. Are we referring to the Freedom Gundam or the Engage Zero with booster? Because I think they both have single and double sabers. Seems to be a weapon you can't do a triple downswing with. The Engage Zero, okay. Yeah, I need a clarification there.
Heading to the battlefield. Mobile suit team.
Also, the heavy beast move too.
Get out there and get
Yeah, I've seen the heavy attack. It looks like it's a really cool one. It looks like it's really easy to hit as well, compared to like how some heavy attacks can be. So it does seem like it has some. It has some good things going for it, but it does also seem like it might be a flawed suit from what I've heard. Because I think it has the same HP as the 450 General, right? Like they kind of have the same HP, and I don't know about resistances. A lot of this stuff was a lot easier to like figure out when Aqua Vengeance had a testing video already. Now I have to like go off whatever else I can find. Hey, defensive unit. Hey, it's a listener.
ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
The TV big one was never buffed. It was buffed. I have it from my original testing video. It was never at 95%. It was at 100 originally. So yeah, they did buff it.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Light damage. You can shrug that off, right? Shield's been blown off. You okay there? The mobile suit can't take much more.
I think it was the first buff on the B theme. Yeah, it was. I think it was maybe in that one. And the fact that it's flat booster when it has the Ox booster is also nice.
Select your
Oh yeah, it does have the flat booster as well. Yeah, I wish I got it. I'm hoping more to get the high mobility camphor, because that's gonna be on next banner. So I'm really hoping I get that one. The Engage Zero boost I can probably live without since I have the general one, so I'd rather really just have that camphor. I really want to try that camphor out.
We've lost an allied unit.
Second one was the other things that made it no longer bad. Yeah, it was like they did like the sub weapons and stuff.
You can shrug that off, right? Your shield's been blown off. You okay there? Damage is building up. Watch yourself.
I only saw the B team after the first buff. No problem. Yeah, like I think it only went through 2 buffs so far. And I didn't cover any of them because yeah. But yeah, it used to be 100 for that, which that was like one of the really nice changes they did with it, because it was very quick to be ready again. If you like did a full charge, then you can just go towards the rapid fire, which is one of the things I really liked about it. That's what kind of made that buff really nice for that suit. Do I use it? Still no, but I feel like the last times I did play it, it wasn't as bad as when the suit released. It's definitely in a better state, I'll just put it that way. I feel like my opinion on the B team though has already been pretty much kind of like tainted by the first impressions. But I mean, the RS Jar Jar was able to make a comeback, so maybe I just need to start playing it again and like seeing how well it does, and then maybe I might change my mind on it. But I'm not entirely sure. Wait, you gotta plus this? Get that. DZ is basically a lower cost GBO2, but weirdly better. Yeah. Yeah, I think if you gave me the Engage Zero, yeah, I'd probably prefer it over the GBO2, because it does have the extra weapons for it. I think they may go for a double buff for the Hainu. I'm not sure about Hainu. I feel like if they wanted to buff it again, they would have already with the Banshee Norn being around. But with the downswing of the Aqua one. Yeah, I was trying to find out where the downswing was from. I think it might be the same downswing that the... Yeah, it was the beta FS's. That's why I was like, oh, this downswing seems familiar. And I'm like, oh, wait, it's from the FS Skullbelly beta. Which is definitely a very interesting pick. But yeah, I don't know about another Hainu buff. I mean, maybe if the numbers show it's needed, but I'm not too sure about that one. They buffed Hainu just before, but after the Norn drops, Hainu is still not as good. Well, I think it's less of the Hainu's fault and more the fact that the Norn is a very powerful suit. A lot of generals seem like they were affected by it. So, if anything, they probably just need to nerf the Norn. Just nerf the Norn instead of buffing the 5 suits we have up there. Norn just had to exist. Yeah, I think that's more the Norn's fault. I don't think that's really the fault of the new Gundam. Because I feel like even before it was buffed, from what I've seen, the new Gundam was capable of doing well. The buffs were just kind of to help it a little bit. I feel like it shouldn't need that much for it. That or they just need to add the Anaheim Electronics Synergy Stein. That will balance everything out. As we all know, it's the biggest menace to GBO2 society. I feel like GBO2 society has had a lot of big menaces. I feel like that's just the most recent one. When is the next menace gonna show up? Okay, this Volgul has a very personal vendetta against me.
Our ace is in danger. An ace has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Enemy mobile suit destroyed. Your mobile suit can't take much more. Time has run out.
Just had to form a unicorn as a support to suppress the gens. I more so think it is most for just how BB just be like, yes, who balance? We made the Black Lion God. Oh yeah. Has it? Oh well, I guess it did technically get nerfed. Cause I know they like changed the way it's like. I don't know what the actual name of the weapon is. I'm just gonna call it the bayonet. It's like beam bayonet thingy. I know they like had to. I know they altered that because I think it was too powerful. But aside from that, I'm surprised there hasn't been any official nerf for it.
Good work out there.
Okay, it had a bug. Yeah, so I know they altered that, but yeah, there was like no like nerfs. I think in a way, I think that bug was.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, but I think the bug was making it like more powerful than it was supposed to be. It was like doing something.
Take here. Take here. Take this.
With it doing it when crouching, so yeah.
This. That should be
they had to change that, so. Again, surprising no like official nerf ever came out for that thing.
I handle pilot sorties for the whole camp, making preparations for sortie. Canceling procedure. Making preparations for sortie.
I feel like the match variety just ain't that good. Anyway, the freedom is actually balanced. Yeah, I was watching Aqua Vengeance's stream yesterday because he was actually doing a full stream of just the Freedom Gundam. It was like a live like testing and initial thoughts type of deal, and it didn't seem like it was that bad from what I was seeing because it seems like it has enough weaknesses to where it's not overpowered. It seems like it has just enough to where it can be a strong suit, but there's definitely ways to counter it.
Canceling procedures.
Oh, also Aqua Vengeance's game glitched and it lost its head and shoulders while he was in a match, so that was another interesting thing about that one.
commence preparations for
But really, like with Aqua Vengeance, I think he said in that one at the end, it's not at like Norn levels of powerful, so I'd say that's a pretty good sign, at least. I mean, unless they outright nerf the Norn, I think that's going to be the top dog for quite a while.
Team is set. Make your final preparations.
I guess I'll go. Well, we have a Jaeger. I'll go GBO4 anyway. I'll just try it. People were really trying to be at the claim, which I find weird. Just think that just because it's AU, freedom is small but also brittle. Heimat is not as OP as people think. Double melee weapons don't make it melee chaining monster people. I saw Aqua Vengeance. He was able to do some decent damage with the melee, but again, it didn't seem like it was like ridiculous numbers as like other suits can be. So it seems like it's pretty balanced, and even visually too, it didn't look as out of place as I thought it was going to. Because that's like my main thing with it. I'm like, this might look a bit out of place, but it didn't look too bad. If anything, Freedom was like one of the most simple and fitting ones to be in here if we were only having AU Protag suits. Oh yeah. Okay, we got like 3 supports, what the heck? Seed is very UC inspired. Oh yeah, but still, it's what I brought up earlier. It's just the fact that GBO2 is promoted as a UC game. So I can kind of get that aspect. Like, that's like the one argument I kind of get going against the Freedom Gundam. I'm not really looking at the fact that the suit is good or not. It's just the fact that GBO2 is labeled as a UC game. That's kind of the main aesthetic for it. But, I mean, if the PC side wants it, I mean, that's fine with me. And even if it gets added to console, I mean, I don't think I'd really care that much about it. Hey. Okay, I can use some help here. But yeah, I would prefer if they just kind of kept it UC based. I think it just kind of makes things a bit easier. I see Seed in a visual standpoint as the most modern classic Gundam series. They probably should just, I don't know, they probably would have just made a whole new game for it. There's another thing I brought up earlier too, like, if Evolution was still around, it probably would have ended up in that game instead of, here in GBO2. If they start adding the Blue Duel or some obscure CE or AU, then I think peace with some people? I don't know. Like, that's like the thing. It's like, how far are they willing to, like, how far are they willing to go, and how are these things going to be organized in terms of cost? I think that's going to be like where a lot of the debate's going to come from, if they really continue on the AU suits. And that's just talking about PC. I honestly don't know what can happen if they decide to go the console route. Like, if they do add those to console, I am just not sure how that would go. Because there already does seem to be a pretty decent divide to what people kind of think about it. So, would definitely be weird. It would lead to some interesting circumstances. Freedom at 700 is meant to be more of an experiment, but they most likely committed to AU in GBO3, PC, or PlayStation. Where's like the first 21st Century series? Nice. What comes after Seed? Yeah, they could be experimenting with it, but still, I don't know if they're going to go console route. They have another survey they did as a follow-up, so depending, I guess, on how that's going to be filled, might give them word on what they're going to do next. It's really, I guess it's just going to depend on how that survey is filled out. Double has the big, has the high-tech, and IBO was more of the sharp wild look, and Whip has its style. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. Like, Seed is probably the closest thing to OG Gundam, which is probably why the Freedom does sort of fit. Some people have suggested that the Freedom is more fitting for a 650 anyway. Okay, who the heck is behind us? Who plus double Zeta get a full shot on like a... Okay, I'm just gonna try to finish off Ezra's then. If there's more in this game than the Engage Zero. As much as I like UC Engage, I can't even admit, like, you're wrong. I can't even say you're wrong, because it's absolutely true. Especially when it was brought up to me that the Engage Zero looks like the G, like, Gundam. Not the G Gundam, but the G Self. Like, I already did a paint scheme where I have the, Engage Zero as the G Self, and it looks pretty much like the G Self. But you just kind of blurred out the picture. I'm sure I could, like, say, like, oh, we're getting the G Self. So, like, yeah. Which I find an interesting thing about the Engage as well is that it's made by the same guy who did the designs for Origin. So I find it very interesting, like that's the route that the design took. It may have been, you know, to make something new and appealing, though. I mean, there's only so many ways you can design a Gundam at this point, so... You see, despite looking a bit alien feminine Gundam. Look at, say, like, the comment you made. It's just gonna be our version of the Nobel Gundam. It's the Nobel for UC. We want all the 90s stuff right now because all 16 meter class and super quick. Yeah, like if we're talking about like F91 and stuff. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how they would tackle that. More stocky and no long blonde hair. Then we need buff Engage Zero. Give it hair. All the problems will be solved. Okay, I'm just gonna let this Dresden just screw around back here, but okay. But it definitely does take its own spin on things. Which, I mean, I can't blame them for wanting to do a new design. If they wanted to bring something new to the table, I mean, that's something pretty good. And I mean, I can understand too if, like, you know, people don't like it. I kind of get that as well, so. I'm trying not to be like, oh, well, just because I don't like the Zero, you know, if other people don't like it, it's not like the end of the world. Even the wing stuff that are super popular, 60 meter and very high mo. Well, obviously if they put that stuff in this game, they would probably change it to make it a bit more fitting. Did they actually give a lore reason as to why the Freedom Gundam is able to actually be here? Because I feel like if they're going to put it anywhere, it's probably going to be in the description. Might have to go see. Let's see. I hacked the Aqua Vengeance's live stream. Does he go over it? Because I saw it later, so he might have went into the mobile suit explanation. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. All right, let's do a little bit of reading here, courtesy of Aqua Vengeance's live stream. There's actually quite a bit of lore here too. Okay. I don't know, I never think they were going to go that far within the first place, but it really does. It really does to be a fantastic glass cannon suit. Flagship unit was developed by Zaft, an arm organization of the plant space colonies, which became a next-generation homeland for coordinators. Zaft combined its own technology with JAT-X series analyst data seized from the Earth Alliance forces to develop it. Dubba. Hey, welcome back, Dongo. I'm reading your description that you had for the Freedom Gundam, because I wanted to see if they gave any lore reason for why it's able to exist in the UC-centered game. And what do you know? He shows up. Yeah. One zap eliminated any threat of nuclear attack. This unit consumes an enormous amount of power to operate, and since it produces a seamlessly unlimited amount, it is also able to hold numerous high-powered weapons, such as beam rifles and beam cannons. Additional equipment includes a weapon control system used to confidently manage a diverse range of weaponry, and a wing binder comprised of high-powered thrusters and 10 wings. For high-speed flight, both inside. Aww. Unsaki will be arriving soon. Freedom description should be IBO has nothing on this. Robot horse will dominate.
Making preparations for sortie. Alright, be careful out there.
I think I already made a joke about this, like, in the singing server. Like, can't wait for the Barbados to get added so the 100 cost Jim's beam spray gun can absolutely annihilate it. Because didn't Sunrise themselves say that the beam spray gun could absolutely solo IBO? So yeah, I can't wait for that development to happen. We'll finally be able to answer the age-old question. Can the beam spray gun solo IBO? I think it was about the head Vulcans of the gym. Oh, I thought it was the beam spray gun. If not, that's my mistake. Either way, the Vulcans are gonna... 100 cost gym is going to absolutely dominate the 700 field. IBO suits will just have some upper high-level maneuver armor. Maneuver armor level 5. That's how we solve everything. IBO is beam resistance by having a paint on them to make it like that. Okay, so kind of like a similar concept to the Hayakushiki, I guess. I don't want that since I main support. Yeah, that's like the thing with IBO. Are there even enough suits that have range weapons? Because I feel like from what I've seen, a lot of them tend to be melee only. Unless I'm just mistaken, but I feel like a lot of them just don't have guns at all. It's like, how many melee weapons can we slap into one suit? Most IB suits have at least one range weapon and a melee weapon. Yeah, I know like Grazes and stuff have the machine guns, but like that's kind of the most I've seen. And maybe I know some versions of the Barbados have at least guns I can see on them, but I haven't seen much else aside from that. That's gonna be my thing with AU suits. It's just gonna depend on like what they decide to add. Cause Seed, I don't care enough about Seed to like think about most of the suits. Like if they put like the Strike Rouge in, I mean maybe that would get my attention. Would I be flocking to PC to play it? Probably not. I mean, Jin. I doubt they would ever do the Buku, so I mean, the Jin would probably be at least a lower cost type of unit. Not like low, but like lower than Freedom, definitely. We'd like to think it'd be better if they just kind of made that AU concept of like GBO2. Like, they should just make it its own game. Because I think, like, the cost system we have doesn't really support them. It will have a couple of protagonist AU suits and call it a day. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go all out with it. Unless it's popular enough. The doggos is that they only have 2 weapons. Well, I mean, hey, we got the Gaza Sea in this game. It can't be that bad. Sabers and their top guns, so they'd have to... Yeah. I mean, at least you might be able to pick, though, because I think it can switch to missile pods, so... At least if they wanted to, they could maybe have it, like... Gaza 3 has 3 weapons. Well, I mean, technically only when it's transformed. So, that's kind of the exception. You have to be transformed in order to even get that 3rd weapon. But if we're talking just strictly mobile suit mode, it has 2. Centered still just with guest characters in the form of AU now. Even give them smoke dischargers, even though they don't actually have it. That'd be pretty interesting to have. I feel like especially if they were to put the Buku in this game and give it smoke dischargers, it probably wouldn't be that weird since that does seem like a trend with those suits. Besides, I wanted the freedom in here anyway. Yeah, if it's a one-time thing, I don't think it would be that bad. So it's really just going to be how many suits they add and just kind of how they go about it. It can probably be done really well if they, like, are just careful of what they add and make sure nothing just kind of becomes outrageous. But still, it just seems like there's a lot of, like, debates over it. BB gave me a new force to be after. They truly got people interested in wanting them in now. Subreddit was on fire lately. It's really weird that the Bukus don't have smoke considering they act like giant tanks for Zaft. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the way I would see it functioning, really. Like, if it was in this game, it probably would just kind of be like a Lodo or something. It'd have that, like, kind of function. But yeah, if it's like a protagonist suit every now and then, like I said, it wouldn't be that bad. It wouldn't be that bad of a deal. If people want it, I mean, sure. I'm not in that boat, personally, but, you know, to each their own. I'd rather have the UC engage stuff. Anti-personal anything. They used to not even have sabers. Oh, okay, they're gonna go down there. Less of the Engage Gundam itself, since the sign is ugly. Well, we talking Engage Gundam or Engage Zero? Because they're both 2 separate suits. feel like most of the suits that we're probably gonna get for this week are probably going to be either Engage Zeros or Engage Gundams. So, I'm sorry to tell you, that's probably what's going to happen. If I have to be honest, not like you are also forced to use them. Yeah, like, that was a point I brought up when talking to somebody about it. It's like, I don't have to pull for the banner if I don't want to. It's Gundam, chances that, as in the actual Engage, the Engage though. I think it's going to be the Engage Gundam is going to be one of them. Like, I think it's going to be the Engage Gundam with the Incom units. I think that's going to be one of them. Because they're going to reveal them during, like, in the actual UC Engage itself. So I have a feeling like it's going to be that part of the story where that version of the suit appears. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's the one we see next. I think it is the Engage Gundam. I don't think it's Zero. Let me find the list real quick. No, it's the, so it would be the Engage Zero. Oh, there's an Engage Gundam with Incom as like of it. Engage Gundam is like the one that got accepted by the Earth Federation. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't gotten that far in like the game yet. I don't think the Engage Gundam itself is in the game, but unfortunately they really don't tell you anything in terms of lore, so I can't really say for certain. I assume that might be the case, but there's like a few versions of like both versions of the suit, so it's definitely weird to try to decipher which one is which. I think one might be an Engaged Gundam though, because I don't think they're gonna just do the Zero. What if suit that they decided, hey, let's give it a lot of variants. Yeah, the Engaged Gundam is the one that I've seen so far that actually has all the variants. If you've seen the videos I've been posting, like the UC Engage clips, then yeah, that's going to be the, that's gonna be for the Engaged Gundam. So the Zero might be the one that they do the incoms of. But there's definitely plenty of variants they can go through, so we'll see the day they release, like, what they have planned. Maybe my teammate really downswung me. I don't even know if I can get that first, I don't even know if they're in the thing. Engage Gundam, period. Felt like the EZ itself is fine enough for me to have for an Engage rep anyway. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, they probably don't need to put the Engage Gundam in. Not yet, at least. Until the new Delta comes in.
Here are this battle's rewards.
Let's see, I can pull up... I'm gonna pull up the full list. So we have, for Engage stuff, the Delta Gundam and the J Assault Package, Engage Gundam Booster, Engage Gundam Incom, Engage Zero Booster, Engage Zero Incom, Engage Zero Young Wyvern, I may have mispronounced that, the Gym Shooter, the Goof Hover Type, the High Mobility Camphor, Musika, the Roswell Jagan, the Slithrail, and the Zaku 3 Saikumo equipments are what I have on the list that I have. Since they do have a a Delta Gundam, yeah. That might be a regular release. I'm not entirely sure when they're going to go about releasing the rest of the Engage stuff. I'm assuming it'll be in banners, or like as event stuff. like limited, like future limited missions. That's kind of how I see them doing it.
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting here. Take this. That should be all you need to know.
But hey, if those leaks are anything to go by, at least that means we're gonna get a new Goof variant. So that's some good coming out of that one.
For the whole camp. Making preparations for sortie. Canceling procedure. Making preparations for sortie. Canceling procedures. Making preparations for sortie.
But real quick, what I said about the Engage being able to look like the G self. Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much. It pretty much just looks like the G self. For the most part. I can kind of see that. GBO2 reject. No, this is the totally real GBO2 collaboration event. Totally no rejects here. See, and they're gonna remind me of all the Shockwave memes. Which, to be fair, this thing would probably not look too bad in purple. Now that I think about it, purple would actually look really good for this. No, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to go purple. I don't think I actually have a lot of purple suits. I wouldn't want to associate myself with GBO2. That's gonna be the next AU suit. GBO2, putting all bets on it. Next AU suit.
Good work out there.
Yeah, I might leave a few last minutes up here just up to discussing things, because I really don't have... I feel like the matches at this point, not much is really happening. And it's all costs I've like played before, like I've shown before, so I feel like it's not just really that interesting in terms of like the selection. Akatsuki is the king, PS armor plus anti-beam. Yeah, I think that's the gold one, right? Because I think I remember using the head from that when I was playing like New Gundam Breaker. Doesn't have the phase shift. But yeah, I think overall, I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited for the Engage stuff, because that means at least we have some confirmation. Which it took them a while too. I'm surprised it took them this long to actually get to the Engage stuff. I thought they would have tried to get to it sooner, because the game's been out for quite a bit. But well, it's better late than never. So I'll give them that at least. Can bounce beams back, so it has that. Yeah, I mean, don't ask me. I have like really no knowledge of like Seed. Probably like there's only a small selection of suits from there I'm like really familiar with, and would even like really care to see in this game. It's like the thing too with AU. I mean, I've always been more of a UC fan, so it's probably also just bias on my part, but there's just way more Universal Century suits I would rather see than, like, the Seed. Not even just Seed, but, like, AU in general. There's just more stuff from UC I'd rather prefer we see instead. Actually doesn't have the PS armor. I thought it was the same as the Strike Freedom's joints. Hopefully Hymo Camphor is gonna be good though. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. If the High Mobility Camphor is good, then yeah, I won't have much else to really worry about. It's gonna be interesting to see though what the next suit lineup is going to be. I'm mostly UC2, just that the CE timeline is like the one to catch my interest most for being UC inspired, but yeah. So I think you mean the Strike Freedom. Watch the Hymo Camphor have a better Marine Gelgook machine gun, because year ones must sever. Two things about that. Yeah, it already does have its own machine gun from the trailer, because it does have the purple beams. So, already just going off that, it is going to have its own gun. But even then, I don't feel like the one that the Marine has now is even that bad. I mean, it's pretty similar to the Gelgook Jaeger's beam rifle, which is another really good weapon. So, that's a year 2 suit. Suki would have like higher level of anti-beam coating. But, yeah, I don't think the Marine Commander beam rifle is that bad. I think it's pretty good for what it is. It does what it needs to do. Like I said, it's pretty similar to the Jaeger rifle. Marine Commander machine gun firing pink beams. Yeah, they really don't give no explanation as to why. My only assumption is that because it is a suit made by Xeon Remnants, and they are working with Anaheim Electronics, like, okay, I'm pretty sure nobody here cares about UC Engage spoilers, but basically, Peachy and the girl who was piloting the High Mobility Camphor, they were both working under Anaheim Electronics, so possibly they could have gotten the technology from there, because they were all ex-Xeon, like engineers and soldiers, so my only guess is that maybe they were repurposing technology they may have stolen, or either that, just old Federation tech they found, maybe inserted it into that rifle, and that's why it has the pink beams. I don't think they ever talk about that. Funnily enough, Kakarot did recently make a video talking about the beam saber coloring, which, from what he was able to get and from what we've seen in Gundam, there's really no explanation outside of it's supposed to tell you the good guy and the bad guy. But another weird thing about that, though, is that the High Mobility Camphor still has its yellow sabers. So again, I don't know why. Yeah, it was a Sentinel, yeah, saying the beam colors were to show sides. That's like really the only thing we have. So it's like the Hymo Camphor still has its yellow sabers. I'm not entirely sure what their system there is. Why isn't the Hymo Camphor a raid though? I'm assuming because they probably just didn't want to release 2 raids at the same time. Beam colors is beam colors, not like it's so deep, yeah. Like, it poses an interesting question, but yeah, Titania. Yeah, it really just isn't that much. Yeah, the Titania being the raid. We already have our raid Camphor. Because normal Camphor is a gen. Yeah, and even then, I don't know if it would really do that much to the speed. I mean, it's really just going to depend what skills they decide to give the Hymo Camphor. Because it might not be that fast. It might not be, like, even though it's not that fast. But, I mean, I'm assuming it would still have a good amount of speed to it. And the thing, too, with the booster is, like, the reason it's so fast is because the G-forces could literally kill somebody in, like, 3 minutes. So, that's, like, the other thing with it there. Okay, in that suit is SD. If it's anything like most things with the Hymo in its name, won't be that fast. Well, if it's a general, I have pretty good like optimism that they would keep it like the high mobility one. So I don't think with the Hymo camphor, I don't think it's going to be anything to worry about. And again, it being slower than the engage with the booster does make sense from like the context of the game. As we all know, SD is non-canon. Yeah, I mean, we do have the Sisquidi and the Espada in this game. This is a video game that doesn't give a crap about that. But, yeah, I think, like, again, Hymo Camphor might be a bit slower, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. At least its boost speed, I assume, is going to be really good. If its mobility is a bit slower, then that might make sense, because it has the Gabera backpack. So, yeah. What else is there for Engage? I don't really think there's much else aside from the list I already gave of like what's supposed to be in the leak listings, so again, it's really a matter of what they add. So I'm beforehand about how it is it when it's SD. This has nothing to do with GBO2. GB2 doesn't care and they could add it anyway. What does that thing look like anyway? I keep forgetting the Mark IV is an SD design. I keep forgetting about the Mark IV. It does have standard size drawing and it's related to the Walpurgis. Okay. Let's see, can I find the actual image of the Titania? On this thing, PX04 Titania. This thing is very interesting in design. Pappy Titania could be added. What is it? Is this called the Titania? Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure how they would try to differentiate it. They'd probably just call it the Titania Titans version. Yeah, it's weird because most of the images I'm finding of the Titania are all like the... now it's all the Code Fairy one. But I am finding the other one as well. Do like the freedom and all caps it. Okay, so I did find a G Generation figure. Yeah, oh, it's like a little one of those figures. Yeah, it'd definitely be an interesting design to see. They refer to the Shroom DS as the Neo Xeon version. See, they could probably just label it as something else if it's like any like problem. It's the not Neo Xeon version. Yeah, like, is there even a regular version, or is it literally just that one? Because I think, like, that's, like, the only version of it I see. Just put SD. Yeah, like, I only see, like, the one version of it, so I don't know why they had to call it the Neo Xeon one. Unless they were afraid it was going to get confused with like the Swartzum Gallus or something. I don't know. But even then, that is a Neo Zeon suit with sleeves. But I mean, the sleeves are still Neo Zeon. But only used by Hamon's Neo Zeon. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what they were going on with that one. Has something to do with not being allowed to be added. Yeah, they should have a name or something else. Even if they did, it's like whatever. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do with that one. What else is there? I don't think I really have much else. For the most part, at least. Because apparently every Rick Diaz is defected in Neo Zeon at the same time. AU doesn't have him anymore. The O has speed of 1 or 4, so Titania PMX can have speed of 1 or 6. Yeah, maybe this depends what cost they put it at. But I mean, from what I'm seeing from the image, I mean, it looks like it would obviously be in the higher cost area, so not entirely sure what everything that version of Titania has. But, I mean, obviously they probably won't name it the same thing, so they'll probably just give it some little extra title. I don't know if they do the all caps approach. It would be funny if they did, though, but they might just give it like a little sub name. Like Willie said, like SD. It's just the O with funnels. Six beam sabers, the O beam rifle, and 20 funnels. So they could maybe do like a mass production Keyblade type of deal where it can like use multiple funnels at once. But I mean, would make it pretty interesting. To be fair, it's kind of just like that. Titania, not the Code Fairy one. Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe they'll add it at some point if they need something higher cost, but we'll see. At this point, you know, I can't read the minds of the devs, so I don't know what they're gonna add or when they're gonna add it. That's just a lazy naming. Forget some bits there. Not the Code Fairy 1 Kai type. MP Keyblade has like 30 funnels, and even after buff, they still only use 16 at once. They call the 7th Gundam the Gundam GBO2. With that one, Voorhees, it just might be the attacks that the Keyblade has. Because I don't think they would like let it use 20, but it can still use a multiple because it has more than the regular Keyblade. So I think it's just kind of the overall point they were trying to do. MP Keyblade has resist movement now. Wait, what? Holy crap, it does. Dang, everyone's getting resist movement these days. Can use most of its funnels already, seeing it has 2 funnel types. Yeah, like, I don't think it needs to use all of them. I think it'd be a bit too much. Because you do have Pincer and Pursue, so I think it's enough. It's getting treated better than the Dagdoll, what the heck? Dang, Dagdoll could never. You just had to say it. Dagdoll could never. Oh man. I had to do it to him. Dagdoll can't get any respect. Yeah, I think I might just end the stream here, because that just kind of seems like it's kind of just being drawn out, and I don't really have much else to talk about, so I might just end it here for the night. Did manage to get almost to 3 hours though, so yeah, I think we've had enough for today. Yeah, that's enough, guys. Ladies and gents, that's enough. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end it here as well too, just because I've gone over everything I needed to. So yeah, 1 prototype Gundam, 2 OG Gundam, 3 G3, 7th Gundam, nice naming. I just know I got my fill for what I got in the game for now. Yeah. I guess in a way this is kind of like the opposite end of like the Aqua Vengeance stream from yesterday. His was covering the Freedom Gundam, mine's covering the Engage stuff. At least I tried to. There's not like 450 matches, which sucks because I would have tried to get a match with this suit, but I do have one planned later down the line, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. Anyways, bye-bye. Yep, goodbye, Willie. And yep, gonna say goodbye to everyone else as well. Thank you for tuning into this stream here. Remember to like and subscribe if you did enjoy. It helps out a lot. And yeah, I do have some videos planned for the upcoming weeks regarding a lot of the update stuff. Put both Easy and Freedom in the thumbnail. Yep, later Sev. Yeah, I might try to hide the Freedom Gundam somewhere. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this stream here. Like I said, I got a few videos that are going to be in the coming weeks covering the update stuff, so make sure to look out for those. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.